and welcome to the SmackDown preview. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by Dolly Boy, Michael Hamflett from WhatCulture, here to look ahead to tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not review SmackDown with us. The show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup that we complete with a bloody good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Hamflett, though, to look ahead to tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Not today yet.
That's right, yeah.
I need to get the new one, don't I?
Well, look, I mean, you keep mentioning all these buttons that you intend to press.
Yeah.
And then...
Bloody playing up this thing.
You can find them, can you? So maybe there's somewhere kicking around there, there's an NBC Universal recorder edition or whatever the frig that was.
We're definitely get an updated version on there for, I don't know, a few weeks when I remember.
Well, I mean, now, we haven't seen it on Raw yet, I don't think, but... We've got the executive producer credits on NXT.
Yes.
On Friday Night the Movies. Presumably this will be the debut of it on the PLE, I would guess.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Or maybe they'll wait for Raws for January when it's a Duffy. And it lands on Netty.
By the way, if you're wondering our predictions for Bad Blood, they're available as a video on the main channel or... available as a podcast right now, wherever you get your podcast from, because this is, of course, the go-home show ahead of Bad Blood.
Isn't it just? And yeah, we recorded those previews yesterday.
Yes.
Video or audio versions available. And it's weird, right? So, like, I was on social media last night. I was catching up on all the news, all the exciting speculation about Birmingham or Manchester at Ingerle End.
Oh, my God.
For the Chamber. It's very exciting. Saw a few ratings for a couple of different shows. And I also saw a report. Now, I read it, and I read it again, and I read it thrice. I thought, but no, because the OTJ is never wrong. And there's another letter I was thinking when I thought OTJ, and that was C, because were we not given the news, capital N, last night, that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline will in fact headline Hell in a Cell, which yesterday you vehemently disagreed about and said, no, I think it should go on last. And I love that already, in true OTJ style, you've been able to flip, because now we've got the excitement of the Hell in a Cell being on at like 11 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
So it's like, actually, that was kind of what I wanted all along. Yeah. So is that the true OTJ?
Yes.
The ability to flip on a story.
That was more of an opinion than a report, me saying that Hell in a Cell should main event.
Nothing from the sources.
I had anything from the sources on that one.
Yeah.
Actually, can I surprise you? I actually like it opening the show because, I'm going to watch the thing live on Saturday night. I can't wait. Saturday night, not Sunday morning.
Saturday night. So
I'm buzzing about
It's all right for fighting.
And I also really want them, me and Phil were talking about this on the news today, I really want them to not touch the mat throughout the rest of the night. I want there to be blood spatters all over it.
Yeah, like those...
And I do think they're going to go even more hell for leather now. They're like, not main event. Not good enough for the main event, are we? Punk's getting a WrestleMania main event, isn't he? They're putting him through the ringer for this, but...
This is what and maybe why, subconsciously, I was advocating for this all along. Like, I don't want a chip on the Punker's shoulder. I want a full frigging potato. And I want to take that potato and I want to swing a few at Drew and then I want him to get a few back.
Oh, I'm having chips for tea tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had Friday night, innit?
I had chips for tea last night. No, sorry, the night before. We got had some car bother this week that is going to cost us a fucking fortune. So as a result of that, we thought, should we spend some more money and get chippy chips because we needed some.
What's your what are you going with? You going with battered haddock?
What, the chippy?
Yeah,
I like a sausage.
I'm a jumbo sausage kind of guy.
Jumbo sausage. I like a jumbo sausage, but the thing is, right, I like a jumbo sausage, but I like what we have up here known as a smoky. I don't know what it would be called.
Oh, yeah.
Down south, but because I think sometimes when you order a sausage down south, you just get it without batter, or you have to ask for a battered sausage, whereas up here, jumbo sausage is like batter as standard.
Yes.
You get a smoky if you kind of want one without. Slightly different flavour, but both enjoyable in their own way. So I do like sausages at the chippy. I every now and then, if they've got the right kind of flavour, like for example a Balti, I like a Balti pie with my chips. Like what you get at the football as well, like a pucker pie, a Balti pie with chips. If I'm going for fish, I get fish bites. I'm a big kid.
Yes,
get like,
cod bites. Yeah, I get them.
Like 3 or 4 cod bites.
Always one too many, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, anyway. It's like getting the boneless banquet at KFC, isn't it? It's just a bit less fussy. Like you might not get quite as much fish as you get if you're getting one of them giant cods or haggots. What are they called? Haggots? Haggis? Haddock.
Yes.
Thank you. Haddocks or whatever. But like there's the bone, there's the skeleton.
I'm not faffing. I'm playing games with that now.
Yeah, so whereas like cod bites, like you can just, the whole, and you better believe I've done it. Fork like a savage, bang, gob, chew, burp, sit. Like it's just like that's my like
the Brock Lesnar eat sleep t-shirt. Stab,
eat.
God, no, gob needs to be on there.
What was it? Stab, gob, burp, sit. Repeat.
That's killed me.
Yeah, cod bites and chips. What's your chippy order? And sometimes I will go for a pot of curry sauce or a pot of gravy.
I've not had a curry sauce pot for a while, but I do like that. If someone, especially like when I'm back home, Dad always gets that, and I'll have a dip in there. No, I'm kind of a basic bitch. I just like loads of chips, battered sausage, and they don't provide this, but heaps of bread at home with far too much butter on.
I don't think you need Katsuyori Chibata himself to tell you how much bread gets hollowed out when it's chip season. Like,
did I ever tell you about my mate Ben, who thought he invented something?
Go on.
I love him so much. He's my best man. He's my best mate. He during our uni years invented several things. One of which was branded hummus. He was going to call it Ben's hummus because he said there's no brand of hummus. It was all just Tesco hummus.
It won't surprise you. I'm not a hummus guy.
Yeah,
but that makes sense. You do just.
And we sort of poo-pooed that, and then some, Jamie Oliver or whatever came out with someone. He was like, "See," and he said, "Have you heard about chip bread?" We're like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "I've invented chip bread." What's that? And he said, "I said we've all had chip bread before." I am listening.
I'm seated.
He would spend the time to cut a piece of bread up into small sections that he could then roll around a chip.
Yep.
So you got like almost individual chip butties.
I love it. It's fussy. Just get and make a chip butty.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I'd love it. I might get it. Is there any way we can get a chip butty for lunch?
Oh, if there is, don't tell the missus because I'll be having double chips. Chippy chips. That's what I'll be. Shout out to Cole Palmer.
Shout out to Andrew Dice Clay, who referred to me as the Cole Palmer of WhatCulture this week, which I take as both positive praise, and then you showed me some Cole Palmer videos and made me question if all of that was positive, but thank you for that, Ian. I've learned a lot about chippies lately. I didn't know that, so we reference them a lot because they're great lads. The Grapple guys.
Yeah. Big
hub through Benno and Matty, Gareth, Liverpool-based.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, but they talk about their chips. Like they talk about like salt and pepper chips, and they have a lot of like Chinese chippies in Liverpool.
Yes, yeah.
And that's more of a common thing than that. So like for them, like you almost have to specify if it's going to be a chippy chips.
Yes.
Like chippy. It's one thing to me. Like, and I imagine many of our UK listeners, many of American listeners, potatoes and bread, what the hell are you Limeys doing now? You're Mr. Bean looking ass food.
Is there any chippies in the States? There can't be that many. Like a fish and chip shop.
They have one, and I know this, they have one at like Epcot.
I knew it. I was going to guess.
Like in the little England section called like...
England.
Mr. Bowler Hat, Mr. Bean looking ass chip emporium with added fish. And you can get like, I don't know, like shark, fin tail, squid, and like sliced and diced potatoes, just the way you Brits remember it. And it's like they're trying, like, but yeah, in like Liverpool. So I'm assuming, because if Liverpool have like what sounds like fairly standardized, like salt and pepper chips, it's like, you know me, it's like, why are you getting fussy with that? Just put more potatoes in there. But it sounds like nice, but just not what I'd want from a chippy. It makes me wonder if there's more of that across the country.
Regional chippies, maybe.
Because you have in, like in Scotland.
What was it was the Binley one was the one that went
Binley
famous,
Mega Chippy.
Yeah.
I want to go. Yeah, in Scotland, our neighbours to the north, they're known for like batter and out.
Mars bar.
Batter your watch if you like. Yeah. But yeah, battered Mars bars, battered cream eggs. I suppose presumably chippies have haggis or a version of it in Scotland, maybe?
London chippies I'm wary of. Not like good, I mean like posh bits of London. I mean the normal ones. You know, I've been to like one near Upton Park back in the day. It was class.
Let's have a pointless culture war, because they're great, right? We've done bread before. Cobs, buns, bread cakes, bams.
Yeah.
And the like. What are you calling, either now or in your past life, in the various places we've lived some similar ones, so we have a cob overlap here. What do you call what you might be asked if you want some with, that is like the runoff from the chips?
Bits.
You're a bits guy. This is nog end to me. It goes through me. That's like somebody saying bread cakes. So I've kind of adopted batter from 20 plus years living in the Northeast, but it was always scraps for me.
I've heard scraps before, actually. That might be more accurate.
The Northeast is very much a batter place, but like it's what is it? Because I don't get it, and I find it irritating. You know what it reminds me of?
I mean, it is just batter, but not on anything, isn't it?
Well, like, because I don't know if I've mentioned, I love cereal. I absolutely cannot abide, to a really anal degree.
I think I'm going to be on the same page with you here.
Cereal dust at the bottom of the packet.
I've thrown away a good bowl full of cereal in the danger, because it's the worst.
I'm not proud of this, because sometimes my kids will see me doing this. I'm like, get out, slam the door. I'll reach into the bag and grab the cereal out, and then it gets to there's I don't know, 6 hoops left or whatever, and it's like, they're not having dust in the bowl. My kids will not eat dust. I never and it's the way
Adam, why is there a sieve in the sink in the morning? Don't ask questions you don't know the answer to.
It floats on the surface of the milk. Some people like it. My wife quite likes it. Do you know what? I'm glad we've got an opportunity to talk about this. This morning, we had a few of the Asda brand rainbow hoops left. And I looked in the bag, and my youngest wanted them. I was like, there's not enough for a bowl here, mate. There's not enough for a bowl. And then he said to me something that, I must write this in my phone so I can bring this up with my wife when they've gone to sleep, because I do not like the children stealing.
Where have they got this from?
I do not like them, right? He goes, so his older brother is into the chocolate hoops at the moment. That's his one of choice.
Oh, no, I know what's coming.
Yeah. He said, well, can I just put the chocolate ones on the top? We had some blueberry Wheaties left once, and Mom let me put some choco Wheaties on top. And I was and I looked at it, and I've looked at this 3/4 bowl of rainbow Wheaties, and I love choco hoops. I think they're some of my favourites, choco hoops, right?
Okay.
It's rainbow hoops. Fruit Loops,
as
our Americans would call them, but we're not allowed those proper ones. They're this real faded colour version of Fruit Loops made by Asda. It's like if somebody had done a colouring in when you were younger with felt tips, and then all you've got is colouring pencils.
I'd be awake if I went to school and had them in the American
so
version.
Neon. They're so good. They taste like sweets, and they're amazing, right? The English ones are very, very English. It's like Mountain Dew Energy from a Morrison's.
And a bowl of Skittles Chewies for breakfast and milk,
He's got them, and then it's that's honestly right. I'm putting brown Choco Hoops, otherwise one of my favourites, chocolate Wheatos, if you get the branded ones, on top of the fruity ones. It looks like dog pavement.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of this at all.
It looks like somebody has gotten a reverse of that dye job on your hair where you look like blonde around the crown. It's like, no, you're going to get rainbow hair. Oh, what are you thinking for the centre of it? Mousy brown, like this.
I remember, you just go on holiday and you get the variety packs.
Yeah,
I remember my dad, if you're
don't do this
hungry, you just be like, I'll have all 3 of the mini Frosties packs and just like a normal bowl of cereal.
Yes.
He was just like, what's left? Boof, boof, like Rice Krispies. I was like, I think I might want to leave home, actually.
You might as well just shoot vomit in a bowl yourself and be like, this is what it's like to me, and just start eating the sick. It's the flavour profile, it's the aesthetic.
Yeah.
What colour's the milk going to go? I didn't even want to think about it, I just left.
Bye, kids. See you next week.
You're taking us to school, Dad. Right, well, I came back, but I just don't know I don't know what he's thinking, and I don't know what she's thinking, and words need to be had.
But
eldest had a bagel.
Fancy day.
It's kind of the opposite of the bread I like, because what I want to do is get bread and stuff in it. Yeah. Not have starting with bread and then just lift some away.
I'm very limited. I'm like a little treat of a bagel occasionally on a weekend. Usually, it's not a weekday breakfast. That
right? Yeah, I get that. We shouldn't have any bread.
And if it's on offer, it's about to be thrown up by the supermarket. I'll buy some salmon. and
salmon.
chuck that on top.
Oh!
But then like people will be like, put some cream cheese on. Stop it, right? You're overcomplicating breakfast now. So I just want really buttery bagel, and then I might as well just bite a bit of that and go with a bit of salmon. I'm not complicating
like a sea
this.
creature.
Yeah, exactly.
Fish and chips. Go all the way back. What's your sort of, talk me through your whole, what's in front of you? What's in front of you? And I was going to say, as they say on CBeebies, what's on your plate? But do you even eat on the plate, or do you keep it in the paper?
Usually on a plate now.
Yeah.
Anne-Louise will warm the plates up. Yeah.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Yeah.
Your plate is burning my knee.
I never did that. Yeah.
Well, there you got tricked.
That's right. But I'll get...
Imagine that, like there's just a massive hole in the arm of Sidgwick's sofa because the plate just goes through it.
Big chips.
Big chips, yeah.
Batter sausage for me, and then always one too many cod bites for Anne-Louise. She asked for 2, I'll buy 3, because guess who's getting the spare one?
Yeah.
And then,
Do you like a sausage without batter?
I'll have it, I like that. I was kind of used to that, but now living up here, I'm not complicating things. And yeah, if it's payday, I'll have a glance in the fridge in the chippy.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting a dough.
No.
But you might get a Dr. Pepper Zero.
Well, I'm not a huge lover of it, but my wife's a big fan of dandelion and burdock from a chicken.
Yeah.
Candy bass.
I know.
Stuff. No.
I'm a very particular mood to have a D&B for me.
Same. It's not. I wouldn't go. I'll have one every now and then.
You have to have a fizzy drink. You cannot have like a cup of tea.
Have we talked about this in the podcast?
Having a cup of tea?
No. Yeah, but I know people do that.
Yeah.
A pretty substantial divide opened up in the office between Twist, me, and everybody else. Right? And you all made me feel like a caveman. And then I got home and I spoke to my wonderful wife, and she reminded me why I married her and not any of yous. The can of pop, right? Sometimes I want 2 cans of pop, depending on how big the food I'm eating. Why? I don't think we have to. Maybe we have.
I think this is what we were talking about yesterday. Yeah.
Viewers, listeners, let me know either if you know about this, if you don't know about this, or your feelings towards this. The phenomenon, if we can even call it that, of burping it through. Right? You've eaten food, quite a lot of food.
Too much food,
if anything. You're a quantity guy. You've always made that clear. And you think when you get into the end and you have a massive swig of pop, it barely makes it halfway down your body before you do an absolutely almighty, disgusting Homer Simpson burp. And all of a sudden, I guess I need to eat again. The fullness disappears.
Yeah.
You've burped it through. The food, I know a bit of science, right? So like, it's gone down here through the waste pipe, right?
Yes.
It's gone somewhere. You burped and the food has gone. You felt in your body the food go, boom. I want to take you down, to depression down. That's where the food's gone, because you burped, and it's like, all that food that previously I was too full to eat, now I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
And I described this sensation in the office, and absolutely nobody backed me on it.
I'll do an experiment with it tonight.
Just have a can of pop, like really eat to a piggish degree. Order knowing that half of it is going to fill you.
Yeah.
I'm talking like you go to a pizza Hut buffet.
Oh, that is
10 slices.
What are we doing here? That's my meal for the day. I don't need to eat anything. I mean, I will, but I don't need to eat anything else that day.
Did you ever? Do you remember Big Luke's buffet? There's one in the Metro.
Yeah.
That is something else. That like because
I still remember going on my first all-inclusive and thinking, sorry, what's the rules here?
Well, this is it. We never did all-inclusive holidays as a kid. So buffets to me, I know that some people associate them with
2 weeks, baby.
2
weeks. 2 weeks I've got to wait.
Oh, yeah, you've got them in here. Like, a lot of people just don't like the quality of buffet food. But I don't really believe in quality of food.
No.
I'm a quantity guy. And I remember like my first buffets, I got it completely wrong. Because I was just like, well, everything with chips. Everything with chips.
Yeah.
Chips on this, chips on that, chips on that. What I've realised is that what it actually is a continental trip around the world. So you have like a curry plate, you have a Chinese plate, you definitely have a chips plate.
Yeah.
I still want hot dog burgers, chicken nuggets, chips plate.
Yes.
But I also then don't want to
sample some other things.
I don't want to be full for the ice cream.
I have
cakes.
the biggest breakfast when I'm on holiday and all inclusive. I have about 4.
And
I want toast, cereal, yogurt, Bucks Fizz, all of it.
Yeah. It's
But
like
the problem is I will have to look after a small human after that. So
I remember, and it's a real.
I'm annoyed I haven't got my sound machine that Owen Hale, who I've forgotten to thank you, has sent to me. I will break it out properly in a few weeks on the podcast. Owen Hale, thank you for this.
He loves this in the office, Owen, and be warned, forewarned is forearmed. when we are unable for various reasons to get the soundboard on our live shows or on trips and things like that, I know for a fact
that's coming. That's going in
definitely
the pocket.
That's our like travel board.
That's going in ahead of the passport.
Yeah, the weird social, the tightrope we all walk every single day. Social norm is what's socially acceptable, all that kind of thing. I remember I forgot myself once in that regard. I'm a person that absolutely respects social boundaries and people pleasing and all those sort of things. I will sometimes sit there and just think it would weird people out if they saw how I really lived here at this buffet, say on a work trip.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dial it back. I'm comfortable with these all now. You see what I get like.
Yeah.
We go to a place where they've got dough on tap. I've had my first one while we're picking the food because this is not a bit. I want three. I want one before we order.
I never want to live with regrets and think I could have had more. Yeah.
I want one while we're eating, and then I want one for the road.
Yeah.
Maybe fork if I want to wash.
I think that's the Arctic Monkeys song is about. Do.
Yeah. Green light indicates Hamflett secure. The social normative and all that sort of stuff. I went to the
Veggie picker.
That is good stuff. I like that. Me and Andy Murray went to the New Japan show, the New Japan Rev Pro show at Altrincham in like 2018. We'd worked together. I don't think he came at the office until late 2017. So we'd probably worked together less than 12 months. But, love of the game and liking each other as friends. We'll do this. And then it's kind of the moment where you're getting on the bus or the train or whatever, where you realise, there's like quite a significant period of time where you're with this person in a way that you never have been before. It's not just 9 to 5. But it's going great. Me and you have shared rooms across the world. Like, you realise that these people are your friends and not just your colleagues, and that's happening in front of my very eyes, and it's wonderful. Go to the show, great night, brilliant time. And then in the morning, premiere and breakfast. And I realised the problem has occurred. It's not self-service. It's one of them ones where you have to ask for what you want. And my brain
They've seen you coming, haven't they?
My brain is sending the words out before I've really... It's this side of my brain. The buffet side of my brain has gone, be a Hamflett a buffet. The social normative side of my brain has yet to wake up.
Yeah.
It was really enjoying the wrestling from the night before.
So I'm going 5 sausages.
Bingo! And then I'd said it. And I think Murray just popped. Jesus. Like that. I was like, oh yeah.
5 sausages, 6 rashers of bacon, maybe.
4, I think.
4, okay.
Yeah.
I'd go 6 hash browns.
Probably 4.
I'm happy I'm leaving. Not my hash brown.
3 fried eggs.
Yeah.
It's one of the few juices I enjoy on a plate. It's egg juice. Some people call it yolk, not me.
Sorry, Queen. Hang on a second.
Egg.
Yeah, so egg juice. We all know.
What's your favourite juice?
Egg.
Egg juice. Right. In terms of on a plate, what I mean is,
What do you like with your breakfast? Apple, orange, pineapple, cranberry.
Egg.
Just squeeze some eggs into a cup, please.
My dad did that once. You need to tell your friend. It's like, dippy eggs, kind of like one of nature's great treats in a way that's perfectly designed for us to cut some toast up and dip it in. Well, I'm reinventing the wheel, son. Smash like 3 into a tumbler.
I get it.
It doesn't work.
No.
It looks horrible. You see all like the
Washing up's a nightmare, but the sounds of
squashed
that.
egg up to the side. It's like you're trying to make it a glass of egg juice, but there's just egg white everywhere. It's a casserole down there, man. Egg juice yolk is one of the only things. My condiment / loose food problem.
Yeah.
It's an aversion. Wish I didn't have it. I'm the weirdo. Yolk is one of those great exceptions. I love dipping in yolk, but if it's tomato juice or bean juice, I swear to God, I'm not eating a thing on that plate. I am not eating it. Like if beans are on my plate, the breakfast is finished. But this idea...
Beans in a bowl, you keep it in a separate bowl.
Yeah, this idea that Partridge makes a brilliant gag of it is I want to use a sausage breakwater. It's not a thing. On an actual plate, that's not happening.
No.
I like...
Sneak underneath.
What are the tomatoes called? Fatty bum bum ones with the odd seed that you get on breakfast sometimes. I like them.
They're disgusting.
I like the taste of them. They're they're like parabolics.
Do you mean like canned tomatoes?
There's a word for them, isn't there? Is it plum tomatoes?
Maybe. Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, I'm thinking. Yeah.
I like them. I do.
I don't know why anyone's cooking a tomato. What are you doing?
But again, put them in a bowl.
Unless you're putting it on a pizza.
Put them in a bowl for me because that juice.
Oh, disgusting.
On the plate, Like that's soaking up your hash brown or whatever. Or like when you see people's like when the bean juice and the egg juice, the yolk, sort of combine.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
It's
So Bad Blood is this weekend. And
that's what it looks like on the plate, is bad blood.
So before we get into it, I have to remember, and I have, the email that I got just a few hours back from Kendrick Oxendine. Sorry if I've butchered your surname there, Kendrick, because Kendrick has emailed me saying, hello to the OTJ. I'm a huge fan of all three of the Dadleys. I'm listening right now to the pod as I write to you all the way from North Carolina. Hello. Words cannot express how fond I am of you three lads. Thank you very much, Kendrick. Thanks for the support, mate. You three have got me through years of schooling and studying, as well as kept me great company on some very long drives. As it stands, I've been a listener since 2019. There are rarely days when I miss a review, preview, or hashtag Blue Good Quiz, one coming your way on WrestleCulture later on today. Hang on. Everyone knows this is a true number one. Everyone knows this is a true number one podcast.
And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
Anyway, this Saturday, I'll be attending yet another Wrestling Premium Live event in the good old state of Georgia. Have fun trying to spot my Dadley Boys sign on the night. As always, enjoy the absolute cinema Papa H places in front of us. Cheers, Kendrick. P.S. 1 second. P.S. from Kendrick.
And God bless the United States.
Thank you, Kendrick. Enjoy Bad Blood.
Thank you so much, Kendrick. On it, like those Dudley Boys signs, or when we see any of our names.
That one where it was,
Flat Hammy by Matt and Ashley Rains. My head on a stick, as Matt wanted it for so many years. I love all that stuff, man. Like
I think my head got confiscated once.
Did it?
Yeah, or not let into the arena or something.
Hey, I don't care how egotistical it makes me sound, or insecure for that matter. It's maybe. Do you know what? It's one of my favorite things about that, like what people do, and it's like the time and the effort and all that sort of stuff is like you never underestimate that ever. Like I used to, when I was a bit younger, make signs about wrestling and the things that I also took an interest in, and the time and the effort I made to make a Chris Hansen joke about Jerry Lawler was the sort of stuff that I wanted to invest in. But people doing that leaves you with this one little thing that every now and then you can like show a loved one, or a friend, or your parents, or anything like that, and they're kind of incredulous. They're like, but that's you. Like, I know. I've got friends who just despise it when I get to drop on in a group chat because they're furious that such a thing has happened to me in my life, and I love that. Thank you in advance. We will look the hardest at Daddy Boy sign, and here's a call out to anybody else that catches a screenshot if we miss it. Because sometimes that has happened where you're sitting or whatever. So if anybody catches it, or take a picture outside the venue because those are brilliant.
Yeah, I love them.
You get a picture with a sign. Have a brilliant time as well, Kendrick. I'm so jealous. I'm so not just of the fact that you're in North Carolina, but like the fact that you're going to Bad Blood as well. What a brilliant night I hope you have.
What do you think they do with, if anything, I know part of the Bloodline's already in a triple threat tag team ladder match for the tag titles tonight. Mm-hmm. But obviously, you would assume that's the Guerrillas of Destiny.
Yep.
Solo and Jacob, Cody, Roman. Anything to finally send it home, and any interactions with KO and Randy Orton with their involvement in all this?
Well, Cody doesn't like to miss shows, really.
No.
So I'd be very surprised if he wasn't on the card. I don't expect them to interfere with the ladder match.
No.
It just doesn't look right to me in my head, even though you would expect some sort of go-home angle. I think the money might be in a lot of the show, sort of revisiting the Owens-Orton-Cody drama from last week, with Kevin Owens being the one who's brave enough to, he couldn't do it last week because he got cut off, do you remember? Mm-hmm. But he finally gets his point out about Cody teaming with Roman. And
you trust him.
All that kind of stuff. Like, we know that we'll have your back on Saturday if you need us, but to make it crystal clear, Cody, I've got your back. I've not got his. Mm-hmm. And the idea that Kevin Owens can and does speak freely about is just abject hatred for Roman Reigns, potentially coming back to haunt the team when in the main event of the show there's some sort of boot off and Roman appears.
Yeah.
And Roman, and you could create a nice visual, right, where for one night ahead of Bad Blood, the baby faces have dealt with the threat. They've neutralized the Bloodline for one night. So let's say the Gorillas of Destiny win the tag match and they retain the belts, and then after the fact, the Bloodline come out to celebrate and try and beat down DIY. I don't know, but the match is cleared out enough so that the Bloodline kind of got the ring, and then the babyfaces kind of get into it with them. Roman Reigns makes his appearance, and you suddenly kind of look around and what have you got? 4-on-4. And isn't that going to be helpful in a month's time when it appears as if that's going to be the War Games rather than the Jimmy and Jay Sammy stuff? Sad that we're not getting Bloodline, good line, but I think this is what they're laying out. Okay. And anyway, Roman and Cody do their domination in the ring. Orton and Owens do their domination in the ramp. The Bloodline scarper for the night into the crowd. They call it a night, save it for another day. And then suddenly what you actually see is the divide between the babyface forces. And you know how Roman was looking at the belt and looking at the Ula Fala and looking at the belt and looking at the Ula Fala? Well, now they subvert that and they do a bit of a callback to that, but it's Cody looking at his friends and looking at his enemy and looking at his friends and looking at his enemy. And Owens doing that universe thing where he doesn't believe in WWE's, like, he accepts WWE's weird rules.
Yeah.
And we're like, right, leave the ring, come with us. And Cody doesn't. And it's like, SmackDown goes off the air, Paul Levesque Lee fitting, of like, the 2 in the ring, the 2 on the floor. Like, where's Cody's head at? Owens is saying, we can be mates here, but you've got to come with us. And he doesn't. And that's how the show goes off the air.
I like that as well. One little, a bit of an addition thing. So maybe it's the GOD who are doing the beatdown. Jacob and Solo are getting into it with KO and Randy, because you don't want to give that away before Saturday. Cody gets Tongaloa in position for a crossroads, nails him with it, and as he lands, he points, and Roman Reigns, a la Bray Wyatt-esque, flies through to Spear Tamatonga.
Their double team finisher,
and you think
place for the weekend, because that's
these are on the same page.
Yeah, I love that. And look, we've touched upon this on our Bad Blood coverage, wherever you get it, but I think as early as Saudi Arabia, we may be getting Cody versus Roman, or we may be getting something that indicates the sooner rather than later return of The Rock. Big stuff's happening. Really big, huge earthquakes, seismic size stuff is happening. And if not Saudi Arabia, then possibly it's Saturday night's main event. I do believe that we are looking at our War Games match here. I think the 8 people we're talking about are the War Games match. I'm sad as anyone but I don't think it's gone. I just think they've had to backburner this Jimmy, Sammy version of things. I think we'll get there. I think it's too good not to get there. I think the idea that, like, for how many years now, like, we said it casually, and I like a lot of this stuff. You love it even more than me. But, like the phrase, you can hear yourself saying it. Like, when the Bloodline's all said and done, like, what if it's just not at this point? What if there's always a next sort of chapter of it?
Fine by me.
Yeah, and like the Jimmy and Jay and Sammy and Roman version of all this, the good line, is going to be massive when it happens. It just doesn't feel like it's going to happen in time for Survivor Series.
We'll say this, that a Bad Blood has not sold out.
Interesting.
83 tickets left.
You got me there. That's good.
14,274 already distributed. It's going to be wild in Atlanta on Saturday night.
You really got me there, because I'm thinking, well, a couple of thousand people not wanting 83 tickets, right? I guess we go.
I mean, that was 13 hours ago. They've probably gone.
Should we try and find Kendrick? Should we get on a flight?
Oh, don't tempt me.
One day, there's going to be an elaborate bit where, like, I go, won substantial amount of money at the weekend. And, won't surprise you. I win the lottery, but I just come into work and I know sell it.
Why are we recording the SmackDown preview on the Thursday? You'll see.
You'll see. I've got a little reveal for you at the end. We're going on a plane right now.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's Tony D Airways, and it's landing on the building. And Stax is coming right through the door. And then you go, Hamflett.
I've never actually seen The Godfather, so that works for me.
Perfect, yeah.
You sort of touched on it there, but there is a tag title triple threat ladder match, Bloodline DIY Street Profits. I think it's going to be great, this, but I think there's only one winner.
Yeah, it's I've got mixed feelings on this, really. This happens a lot now with the tag all women's division, where, and the show's got both, where they have big matches from those parts of the show that they don't want to put onto the 5-match pay-per-view. PLE. So we're having this again. I don't want the Street Profits to look like mugs.
I think they might turn.
Well, this is it.
I feel like something's got to be the catalyst for one of these teams, DIY or Street Profits, to have some sort of storyline change following it.
DIY, for better and worse, as baby faces, can take a kicking and keep on kicking. Street Profits, they've just been, even when they're not getting beat, they're not getting used. So like, there's no spark. There's no like.
I mean, in their hands, it'd be justified to turn because how many years is it since they last won tag titles?
Yeah, like, and it just
DIY just had them.
It doesn't happen a lot in modern day WWE, but it used to happen so often that you stopped noticing it. Right? I watch the Street Profits and I feel sad as a shoot for the humans that aren't getting creative investment. I feel nothing for the characters. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not switch my brain off, watch the wrestling show. I am Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are people I like and respect and definitely loved. And for years have encountered such creative neglect that I am watching these two people. I watch them and hope that they are happy in their personal and professional lives. And I used to think that about so many wrestlers in WWE because why would you engage in the stories? You know, that was how bad it had gotten. So do I like this person as a person? I think I do. Right. Are they happy with their lot? I guess they are. Then I'm happy too. It was such a strange way that we had no other choice to engage with the show, and I never want to go back to it. Street Profits make me feel like that. And it's just, I would rather they have, like, I just want them to have direction because at this point in WWE, that's your bare minimum. We've been talking about friggin' Giovanni Vinci, right? That guy got shown up and then still lost when he made his second. I'm not going to get shown up this time. He still got beat, right? And yet, what have we talked about? There is a little hint of direction, and that is all it takes before direction moves to an actual story. A story moves to a series of character goals. All of those things combined lead to your investment.
Yeah.
We're not even on the first step of that with the Street Profits.
No. I'd like to see Dawkins pounce someone into the ladder as someone's climbing it.
A baby fit, like Gargano. The nicest guy in the match kind of thing. Oh, you bastard.
It's going to suck to take.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think these six are going to create magic in there.
I'm quite looking forward to the match. Yeah, I'm glad it's not on the PLE. I don't wish for any changes to the formula. I think things are different now as well.
Yeah.
I'm not certain they've got the range right. This opener-closer thing, has that someone's going to die? I think it might be Priest and Balor.
That's bang in the middle, isn't it? The running order is...
Oh, they've got a whole run on.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's obviously Hell in a Cell opens. Queen Nia Bailey next.
Yeah.
Finn Balor versus Damian Priest middle. Semi-main. Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage.
Yeah.
Main event. Mega Powers.
I love Damian Priest kind of now. It's if anything's going to die, it feels like it's going to be that. I mean, Bailey and Nia having to follow the Hell in a Cell actually could be maybe two of them. We'll see.
Will there be a cash in? Will the person with the briefcase even make it there? Because Tiffany Stratton is in action against Naomi tonight.
Yeah. The SmackDown women's division. Who would have seen this coming? Not bad. How's this happened? It's like been all right lately. Multiple stories, multiple different actual motivations for these characters. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax's relationship changing last week was a shock to what you kind of imagined and had projected for them. But why not? Like, I've thought about it over the week and I've kind of started to imagine, well, now you don't have to keep up this, like, Nia Jax doesn't watch what's happening in her life pretense. Like, she knows what we have known all along about Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany knows that Nia knows that we know. So that just leaves Big Nose, Triple H himself, to pull off the payoff, I guess.
What if there's a backstage chat between Nia and Tiff tonight saying, I really want you to kick Naomi's ass. She doesn't, obviously. And Tiff says, yeah. Although I'm not going to risk it too much. There's a big grudge match at the weekend and I'm thinking of maybe cashing in afterwards. And I was like, oh yeah, shark cage. Tiff's like, whatever you want to believe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like I like that because
a historic feud is taking place on Saturday. I'm going to cash in afterwards. Got it. You mean the Raw belt, right?
The bit in the sitcom where they don't have the one conversation before the
Oh my
character.
God, just pronouns, pal. What are you talking about?
What else was I going to say about this? If you've got Nia and Bailey ringside, you've got multiple different avenues this could take. This kind of reminds
both
me.
on commentary just for banter.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be a laugh, wouldn't
Why
it?
not? Just for it's the same as the tag team match the other week. Anyone at the moment with these four, anybody getting pinned matters.
What if Naomi gets pinned because Bailey gets
Botches the
into it with Nia and distracts?
That matters. If Tiffany gets beat, like at the moment, like Nia's not going to want to see that. It's going to help Naomi feel like she's getting back on track. It matters. People losing in this sort of worked. I've not got massively high hopes for the match between Bailey and Nia, but I think it's probably the best health the Bailey character's been in ages.
Yeah, you feel you can see where it's going at least.
Yeah, and Nia as a champion has been a success. So this is the sort of the spin-off match of it. It's not bad stuff. It's not the women's match I'm most excited about in this show, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, there is finally, I think we previewed it 2 weeks ago, but we're finally getting it tonight. A dumpster match. Michin versus Chelsea Green.
Yeah. It just should be. There's no excuse not to make this one of the most fun elements of this show. Piper Niven runs interference and gets thrown in the dumpster early, so you've been given the dumpster bump.
Bin Monster attacks her.
Bin Monster.
Fall back.
How big's the dumpster? Is it going to be one of them ones with them small doors on the side so that when you think Piper Niven's out of it, she bursts out the door and tries to attack Michin again? Michin's got bin law because she lost the bin on her head against Nia Jax, so she's like, oh no, bins. Oh. So she has to smash Chelsea Green with a trash can as much as possible to try and get her in the dumpster. Chelsea Green will sell going into that dumpster like people used to sell going into the Undertaker's casket.
Yeah.
Just abject fear of whatever muck is in there, whatever gross
It'll be the
stuff.
cleanest dumpster you've ever seen as well, probably.
Do you know what would be a really good bit? Do you know what would be a really good bit, right? Chelsea Green is selling the horrors of like garbage and litter and detritus.
Banana skin on your head.
100% get up out of that bin with the banana skin you had at one point. But that, yeah, the ugliness of the dumpster, right? Who did Triple H once upon a time take a little bit too much enjoyment out of burying? Way back when this person had become a canny big star, right? What if she like comes out of the dumpster like that, and instead of a banana on her head, it's a Zack Ryder, take care, spike your hair wig, or like the glasses, or like an old little, and it's just a little Easter egg. And she's like, oh, get it off me, because in real life they so like that's a nice little cute Easter egg.
Yeah.
Like Zack Ryder stuff that belongs in a dumpster, but in actuality, it's a nice little shout out from Chelsea Green to Matt Cardona. And
what's the rules of a dumpster match? Is it just chucking them in the dumpster, or is it chucking them in the dumpster and shutting the lid?
You have to shut the lid, and it has to be, as we learned with Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie and the New Age Outlaws, it's got to be the correct dumpster. Otherwise, you got to do a rematch.
Of course,
they put them in the dumpster backstage, and it's like it's got to be the ringside dumpster.
Of course.
And does it go on the stage? Because the last one we had in North American TV was the Acclaimed and the Guns.
I think so, yeah.
And they put them in the dumpster and pushed it off the stage. Really underwhelming payoff all that in the end. And I feel like Strowman did some at bananas to Kalisto when he avoided him in the...
Maybe.
Did Kalisto even win, maybe? I can't remember. Like that. But the dumpster is like, that big bin's got wheels. Do something with that. So yeah, we'll see maybe the dumpster goes on a little trip as well.
I like that. I like the sound of that. I also like the idea of Michin early on either hits her with a chair or hits her defeat.
Yeah.
Right, isn't it? Yeah. And like, oh, that's really, really wobbled Chelsea Green. And then she starts talking and she's not Chelsea Green anymore. She's Yorkshire. And she says, oh, bloody hell, I can't believe I'm going to lose this dumpster match. And Piper Niven comes out and she goes, Piper, where's the bin? And she goes, oh, it's over there, Chelsea. No, where's the wheelie bin?
You went a long way for that one. Where's the bin? Oh, well, of course, obviously, if she's transforming, there's a familiar character that she played before, but if she's transforming to somebody from either Yorkshire or maybe even Lancashire, she's not the hot mess, she's the hot pot.
What if she sets fire to the dumpsters? You have a dumpster fire.
I love it.
And she becomes the hot mess.
The hot mess, because she's in that dumpster like with Kane and The Undertaker. She comes out as the hot mess. Half of her gear like burnt off and the other half her wedding dress again for some reason. Because it's been fused onto her because it was in the dumpster.
Yes, the famous place for getting rid of wedding dresses.
Yes. What if them want to turn it in Stacks and the Family's victims is in there?
Well, yeah, probably.
What if just bump on Cole Carter?
Pretty deadly. Like, memories of this. Yes, boy.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
Can't wait. I really
Imagination,
am
bit of fun.
Michin has to win.
Yeah.
And it actually would be beneficial for Chelsea to lose this.
Aye, yeah, she's one of the most valuable performers in all of WWE, Chelsea Green, genuinely.
There's been a load of speculation around the future of one AJ Styles for a while, and then that was all seemingly cleared up last week when it was announced that tonight AJ Styles returns.
There are rumours, I believe, going around, I don't know how substantiated any of these are, that TNA want AJ Styles as their Hall of Fame entrant this year for Bound for Glory.
Ooh.
I don't know. Check if that's been confirmed because or if they've already confirmed something, because there was also discussion about the Hardys. Maybe it's just
the last thing I'm getting here is AJ Styles open to returning to TNA.
maybe it's just Twitter scuttlebutt then. But could AJ Styles be back on SmackDown? They promoted it last week as him being like SmackDown's AJ Styles, didn't they? The house, that AJ Styles built. So he's probably coming back as a babyface. One would assume.
Yes.
People will just be pleased to see him as well. What if this was to announce being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame as a bit of an attaboy from WWE to TNA? It's like, oh, thanks for all your wrestlers. Like, I think it was Sol Ruka and Wendy Chu were on Impact again this week, or about to be on Impact. It might be because I've seen a video of it or something. But so there's a talent exchange still going on between NXT and TNA. But there's never probably been an easier time for this sort of arrangement to occur. Like AJ doing something like that for TNA. So maybe he announces that, and then in the meantime, we got any heels without to do?
Giovanni Vinci
Decides
this is the house that you built, but you're old now, out of the way. It's time for the young talent to come through.
He beats him in like 2.5, 3 minutes, and yeah, AJ's not even got his gear on or something. He's just wearing one of those enormous suits that he wears to the Hall of Fame when he pops at Kid Rock jokes. Like, he beats him anyway.
Maybe, or you could set up I'd want to see a long match of
kicks his ass and they fight next week. Yeah, they tend to not throw that stuff away, do they? So yeah, AJ Styles.
The idea of him being like, I'm here to make a big announcement before he can even get to that. Giovanni Vinci is like, look at you with your mom hair and your...
Yeah, I'm into that. And your massive jack frame. You never look better, in fact.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
That's good. No, I think that I could see that. Giovanni Vinci and AJ Styles set for next week or something along those lines. AJ can just say, like, it's easy at this point for an AJ Styles to say, I haven't forgotten about you, Cody Rhodes. I want that title back. If I'm going to have to find other ways to get it, then I guess I will. United States title, that's how bailing out. I've had my run-ins with him. So he's kind of got this thing where it's like his roots have been blocked off a little bit. So if you have, before he can explain how he's going to do whatever he's going to do, then you've got Giovanni Vinci as a cut-off guy. That kind of buys you a few weeks of TV between.
Cody, I've not forgotten about you. LA Knight, I've not forgotten about you either.
That's it. He's got nowhere to go for the champions on the show at the moment, but that doesn't mean he can't go nowhere.
Or he could come out and say, look, I'm very pleased to announce that, TNA are inducting me into their Hall of Fame. I suppose you could say I'm a bit of a legend. And then he's interrupted by...
It's time to play the game! Time to play the game!
Which legend, WWE alumni, will interrupt AJ Styles and challenge him to a match on the kickoff of Bad Blood? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm scrolling through the WWE alumni page. Usual rules apply here.
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
I'm picking a number between 1 and 12.
They're big groups these days. 6.
Well, that's not going to work because he just unveiled a new jacket on AW Collision Grand Slam alongside the former Marseille. It was Mansoir.
Good segment. So that's not a twist, is it?
No.
Stop. 4.
Jack Swagger still with AEW?
He's not. Christ, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? Twist.
Down on your knees.
The theme was good. Oh, no, knees. He's just that falling forward pressing.
That was
thing,
class,
wasn't
wasn't it? Also quite risky. I've seen people pop their shoulders out doing that.
Yeah. Right, yeah, we'll twist on that one. Stop.
1 to 12.
12.
I think I'm going to not make you skip this because I don't think Ulissa Leon is going to be...
One.
Oh, what's Victor from the Ascension up to nowadays?
Well, that's how they would announce him. Like, oh my God, that's Victor from the Ascension. Right, twist. This is it. All the marbles.
This is it.
Stop.
Okay, you got a very interesting mix of people here.
Uh-oh, I don't like those eyes. 2.
Right. No. Pick a different number.
6.
I tell you what. Remember the New World Order?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in ECW, they had a spin-off of this.
Yeah.
To which AJ Styles would say, "Why's a blue?" Stevie Richards.
Yes. And that'd get massive numbers because he's a big deal on YouTube.
Yeah.
He? Stevie Richards explains your business. Like, do you know why he's in town?
Dr. Stevie.
Dr. Stevie. We have practiced together in the same surgery.
When he got stabbed with a taser when smoke came out. I don't think you realise how those things work.
I remember it well. DNA. Great memory, Stevie. No,
that was a very good Jim Cornette story about him being in the room when they were booking that angle with Abyss.
Yeah.
And bloody Russo's written, "Aha, Abyss, I see you're frozen in your spot. I see the blank has taken effect." Because he was just like, is there a thing you can give someone that freezes them in place? Oh, yeah, it's the.
Dr. Stevie's giving him it.
Hey, AJ, cheers to your success. And AJ's just frozen there for a week. Wheel him into the arenas.
He's a doctor, so he takes him to the Science Museum to finally explain to him how the world is round, not flat. I love it. Stevie Richards versus AJ Styles. I can't believe we got it.
Yeah.
And while Stevie's in town, he can get a bunch of wrestlers on to do his thing and be like, look, me and Maven, we're kind of tearing it up.
Yeah,
it's like
killing the game.
Them two in the fucking dead, man.
Yeah. Seen O'Shea Jackson Jr. has got his new podcast now.
Christ,
First guest?
I have, yeah, because his first guest is the punker, and I'm going to have to listen to it, but I'm going to have to sift through 50 brain-dead f***ing takes, before I get to CM Punk, because God almighty, I see some on Twitter from that. What's his, you know more about O'Shea Jackson Jr., what?
Ice Cube's son, isn't it?
Ice Cube's son, right, okay, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like the only time I ever read about his wrestling stuff is if For You is trying to wind me up of a morning on X.
I think he was a fan of WhatCulture.
Oh, God. Right, well,
previously.
Sorry.
He's had an interaction. I swear he's had an interaction with Jules in the past.
Oh, well, this is getting edited, so... but genuinely, I can't wait to listen to your podcast because what an unbelievable guest that is, CM Punk.
And if you need any help with podcasting...
And this is the other point as well. They're not going to need any. It's CM Punk. That's going to go straight to the top of the charts.
It is.
It's like when,
I checked this morning, it's number 1.
Of course it is. It's like when Renee Paquette, love Renee Paquette, like an all-time legend of wrestling broadcasting as far as I'm concerned. But it's like, the session's got John Moxley on again. What a fucking twist. There's the charts completely scuppered for another week.
It is a bit. Siege can't do the Collision review. Well, Michael Hamflett's that right there. I need a guest. John.
Oh, yeah, Collision to look forward to on Monday.
Yeah, we're going to be reviewing Collision. Michael Sidgwick off on Monday, so we're going to be doing Raw preview, Bad Blood review rather than SmackDown, obviously. We'll mention some of the stuff because we're obviously going to watch it on Saturday morning.
That freaking Collision's going to hit like the bloody Antiques Roadshow and Heartbeat, that is. It's another top flight match, another hologram squash. Yeah.
Sunday scary, Sunday scary.
Collision. This is why nobody watches anymore.
So yeah, join us for that.
Flashbacks for people of a very certain age in a very specific location, in a very specific part of the world. The majority of which don't listen or watch us. But if you got that, you got that.
Let us know your thoughts ahead of SmackDown tonight and Bad Blood this weekend in the comment section or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Well, actually, you can follow both of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. And make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Me and Sige are going to be doing a Q&A later on today. And, of course, Wrestle Culture coming your way with a hashtag Bloody Good quiz as well. And then, as I said, we'll be back on Monday to review all things Bad Blood. But for now, it's been the SmackDown preview. My thanks to Michael Hamflett, where we, of course, almost forgot, discussed Bad Blood coming up this weekend. The return of AJ Styles, a triple threat tag title ladder match. Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. And who's going in the dumpster?
The SmackDown preview. It's got all this, chips, and so much more.
See you soon.